Hi, I'm Danny Gasparini, and welcome to this segment of One-on-One. I'm joined by two people on One-on-One today. Brian Bunce, who is the Executive Director for the Dreamer Hall of Fame, and then also Angelina, who is a student at Summit Charter High School. Brian, let's start really quickly by telling our viewers, what is the Dreamer Hall of Fame?
Yes, the Dreamer Hall of Fame is a nonprofit organization based in Redwood City that really has two components to it. One component is a volunteer service trip piece that we bring groups of volunteers to different parts of the world where we've set up programs connected to our second component. And we do service projects, and we immerse ourselves in the culture, and we engage ourselves with the local people of these communities that we have adopted and that we support in places like Guatemala, India, Ghana, and soon to be Costa Rica. And then the other component is the Young Dreamer Network, which is why Angelina is here. And the Young Dreamer Network is a program that's youth-based, leadership-based, and is really geared towards inspiring and equipping young people like Angelina to become a leader, become an agent of change in her community, and then connect her to other people like that throughout the world.
Well, we're going to spend most of the segment focusing on Angelina and the program and your involvement, but let's really quickly, so for our viewers, if they're interested in the volunteer segment and doing special projects in other countries, what's the age range of volunteers? Is it just high school students, or is it all over the board?
We've had volunteers as young as 2, my own son, and probably as old as about 75.
Okay.
I'd say our average is 25 to 40, but every trip I've taken, which we've taken 13 trips, we have somebody's mom or somebody's grandfather that comes along, or a couple that decide to come.
And what countries do you focus on in that segment?
So Guatemala, India, Ghana,
and
just about to embark on Costa Rica.
So now the other side, or the other part of what the Dreamer Hall of Fame is involved in, is a program, Angelina, you're involved in at Summit Charter High School. So tell us about that program, and what are you doing?
Well, it's called the Young Dreamers Network, and we have Mr. Brian Bunce here, and he helps us out, and we have meetings after school, and they inspire us to be more and to reach out to our peers and just to help out with the world. And it's really inspiring. Like, we have people who come to us telling us about their life stories and their hardships and how they've overcome them, and it inspires me to be more and to be better.
And so it's actually a curriculum and a program that's brought to you to Summit Charter High School. I understand that you're doing this in other high schools and want to replicate it to other high schools.
Yeah, so we have a high school group in Guatemala, in India, in Ghana, and about to be in Costa Rica, just like we have in Redwood City. And actually, Angelina is going to be part of a group that's going to travel to Guatemala this summer in one of our service trips to connect with our young dreamers there. And so the 4 pieces that she just talked about, leadership development, service, we do career exploration because we have actually a network of employers that we work with, and then travel and really sort of opening their eyes and their hearts to the world. The goal is to get them to discover what their gifts are, what their passions are, what their dreams are. And then as they're embarking on the world, as they're exploring the world, they understand how they fit into it and how they can contribute those gifts and those passions to the world.
So Angelina, what's been some of the discoveries for you in the program?
Well, there was one meeting and we talked about seizing the day. And I know many of my friends and I just kind of go through the day and where we just rumble about school and we whine, and it's like we can do things to change the world and to change ourselves. And it's just little reminders like that they give us during the meetings, or it's extraordinary. And I mean, it's just a wonderful experience.
Now, are you guys at all involved in some of the curriculum, and do you say these are some of the topics that we'd like to talk about, or do you bring a topic and then the students are involved?
They usually bring the topics on us and kind of start the conversation and the topic and kind of spark our minds, I guess.
But it's an excellent question, Danny, because this is our first year working with this group, and we've been engaged in really a self-discovery and awareness building.
So you're at your own program growth
session.
Not necessarily growth in addition to the student growth. You're in your own program growth mode.
For sure, for sure. And as they emerge as these young dreamers and these young agents of change, they will take ownership of this program and help us guide it and lead it in the direction that we all want it to go.
So Angelina, since you started the program, what are you thinking about differently? I mean, what changes have been made when you started the program versus today? What's that discovery that you've made?
Right. Well, before the program, I would just think about my success in school and I guess personal success, school, and just having fun. And with the program, it's such an eye-opener. It's like there are so many things that we can do out there to help other people just like us. And I feel so grateful about everything. It's like we help out like children, and it's like little things make them happy, you know, whereas us, like my friends and I, like, oh, iPhones or laptops, and it's like, to them it's just food or like books or something. And those little things like have made my life, I don't know, it's like
more fulfilling.
Yes, exactly, more fulfilling.
And are those some of the things that you really sort of set out to do, or again, is that self-discovery and say, wow, this is an amazing byproduct of bringing teens together to have conversations?
Yeah, I wish I could say that it was all designed, but really that's organic, what she just described, and it is a general objective of ours for those things to happen. But really what we know to be true, because we've discovered it ourselves, is if you engage in this process with young people, great things will happen, and that magic is just whatever it's going to be.
Right.
And for Angelina, it's starting to connect with the difference she can make in children's lives, or that she's going to travel to different parts of the world and understand the world. For someone else, it may be they're feeling more empowered to speak about their own passions for music, and now they feel confidence. So there are a lot of byproducts of this program. But when we get the ball rolling and just having these conversations and really engaging in these experiences, taking them to do service projects locally, we're doing one in Redwood City on Monday, or taking them across the country, across the globe to do service projects, these things start to just emerge, and who they are meant to be starts to blossom.
I love the component that you all are learning more about your communities, and it's not just your school community, it's the streets and neighborhoods and folks of all ages that live and around you. And I think that's a great self-awareness, because we all are interconnected. And I think sometimes when you're sitting in my seat, you think, oh, those teens, they are just fill in the blank. And now you're really growing as one community with the rest of us. So Brian, let me ask you this. If you were to fast forward, Angelina is a senior now. What is it that you hope that the students garner from this program and they then become and do?
Yeah, Angelina is a senior. She has discovered her gifts. She really understands who she is, and again, the world and her place in it. She's seen the world. By then she will have gone to 2, 3, 4 countries, but also she's hosted young people her age from other parts of the world, from India, from Ghana, from Costa Rica, from Guatemala, that have come here to Redwood City and done service projects with her. She's mentored an elementary school kid, because that's another thing that we're starting to do in leadership development. And I'd say the two greatest things that I could hope for over the 3 years that she'll be a part of this program are that she's confident that whatever she sets out to do is possible, and that she feels equipped to succeed, to achieve.
And Angelina, we just have about a minute left. So how does that feel 3 years from now?
It's exhilarating. I am excited about everything. It's just so many possibilities opened up for me, and usually I would just think college, but it's like now it's like traveling the world. That, I mean, I will get to see places that I would never have imagined.
But you're still thinking college too, right?
And also college.
And it's now possible through the Dreamer Hall of Fame to do both and discover both. Well, we've just got about 30 seconds to wrap up, Brian. Tell folks how they help fund this organization, how they get involved. How do we find out more?
Yeah, so we're at dreamvolunteers.org. Please visit our website. There are several ways you can get involved. Obviously, we're we're a fledgling nonprofit, so resources are needed. They can donate, they can get involved by volunteering, they can come speak to our group as mentors.
And we have to wrap it up. We have no more time, but get involved on that website. And all of you, thanks for joining us, please. And we'll see you next time on One on One.
Thank you.
We ended our program.